got me running, you got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call, episode 302. So it's the 1st of June, 11 a.m. right now here in Singapore. So this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we'll be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so today is Tuesday, so the currency in focus today is Euro. So we are going to invite Scott Andrews from Forex Briefcase Australia to share his outlook on the Euro currency. Scott.
All right, hi everyone and welcome. Happy first of the month as well. So look, the Euro, now what I want to touch upon firstly as well is we've got the economic calendar up here. And we'll just, briefly go through a little bit of what happened yesterday. There wasn't a lot. There was Memorial Day in the US, obviously, and then in Great Britain, we did have the bank holiday as well. So nothing really to, talk about in regards to Europe that happened yesterday. I mean, German CPI came out, but, nothing too significant. So like looking today, obviously we're on the 1st and, early in the day, just planning things out, just scrolling through here, we have a look at, so 1600, 4 p.m. this afternoon, GMT +8 time zone. We've got the manufacturing PMIs out for May. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We also have the CPI out at 5 o'clock GMT +8 time year on year for May. So we'll pay attention to if it exceeds expectations or not. I mean, that seems to be really what is driving movements as well, because we've got obviously the US and everything that's on a bit of a tightrope, so to speak, with that. So we've got that coming out for Europe today, and we'll just go down. We do have a little bit of news coming out of the US as well. So at 10 o'clock this evening, we've got ISM manufacturing PMIs, and forecast at 60.7. That was the previous month as well for April. So we'll see how that goes. And then we've also got later or very early tomorrow morning, we've got the FOMC member Baynard speaks at 2 a.m. So we've got a little bit to pay attention to. I'll just scroll down a little bit more just to, obviously we've got NFP out on Friday as well, but the immediate focus today is there's quite a couple of things to pay attention to, depending on where you are in the world. It starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then we'll go into 10 o'clock. So what I'll do, I'll bring up the Euro USD now. I do have a trade open on the Euro Pound as well still, but I'll just go to the Euro US dollar now. Now I've got the daily chart up just to give you a bit of a context of the key points that we're paying attention to. We've got support down here at 1.2150, and then we've got some resistance up here at 1.23. So I'll just go down the 4-hour and I'll zoom in a little bit here. So where we're currently at, and again, with mention to the news events coming out, I'll just get the crosshair here. So it is a little bit of a ways away to the next support level. And, what I've been seeing is we've got a little bit of intraday resistance up around 30 pips above us here at the 1.2267 or so, 68. And I just want to see what happens here with that. And it's, I guess, overall with a medium-term outlook on, we're looking at the euro, we're looking at the US dollar here. It's it looks like there's a lot of pressures on the US dollar for a movement higher as well. So as I've got the euro up, I just want to briefly touch upon the US index here. So we did see in, I guess it was subdued trading, that we broke through the 90 support level. I mentioned that in the article that I put up in Forex Trading Asia. And I would strongly recommend just checking out the outlooks as well. They come out at 9 o'clock every morning, GMT +8. And look, we've seen support down here as well. So we're quite close to the support level for the US dollar here. We did even get a bit lower than 89.65. So give it about 20 pips or so just to see what happens. And then we'll go back to the euro. And I just like to see really tonight. So if we get some better than expected data out of the US at 10 o'clock with that PMI release, I'd be more inclined to see, I know there's been mention with the LCMS analysis team also on Forex Trading Asia for breakout, but you've just got to wait and see how price is going to react to this point here. So we could see it waft a bit higher. And then that's where you want to wait for that either breakout, or we'll see a rejection. And then that can be where, there's some selling opportunities. So again, I'm just going to wait until we get to around where we've seen some previous exhaustion with the price action here, especially that happened on the 26th of May at around 1.2257 or so. So we'll wait. We've got at least 30 pips to go before a potential sell, or if we get a breakout based on what the US dollar wants to do, then we could, go long there. So, and again, we just have to wait. If it is a rejection and we see some US dollar strength, which we've seen previously with where it is, I mean, it's very sensitive and you can get a quick uplift with good data. So we'd want to wait and see when the data releases, and then the stops in place around 30 pips, because I know some people like to go really tight with the stops, but you just got to be a little bit cautionary there. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the euro yen. So euro yen is approaching some resistance here. I've got it in on the 4-hour time frame, just with Samtrade charts. I've got 134.30. So again, we've mentioned on that upcoming data that's coming out of Europe, of the Eurozone, just like to wait and see if it can creep high. But if not, I mean, we've already seen some strong rejections up here. Even, it can't even really get to the 134, let alone 134.30. And you've seen multiple attempts here. I've just got it in at 134.02, pretty much 134 flat. So if we can see price come up here a little bit, potentially we could see a breakout, but I just want to pay attention to that. So as price action is showing, it's very condensed and lacking a lot of conviction. We did see it push up higher, obviously, on the 27th, and we just need the market to be given some more information about what's going on here. So again, it's a sit and wait situation, and then we'll go from there. So now also I want to just talk about just briefly the euro pound as well. So this was a trade taken out of the Signals group on Friday. I didn't take profits. I'm just leaving it settle. I do agree there's been mention of the direction really is short, but I'm just letting this trade play out here. I did take some partial profits when it did move higher. I like to, sell into strength really, and that's what I'm comfortable doing. So we'll just wait. It's settling currently. We're trading at 85.87, and it's an interesting situation with the euro against the pound, and it seems that the pound economy in general is strengthening. So, to go with the flow here, I'll just bring up, we've got down here, if it can break 85.60 or so, that's what I'd be looking for to really get into a sell. But right now, I'm just going to let this trade play out. It's really chopping around, but if we get some more strength, I'll probably, finish the trade off there. But that's the euro pound there. So look, those are my thoughts on the euro. Again, please pay attention to the upcoming news as well. And those are my thoughts on the euro today, guys.
All right, thanks for that, Scott. So from what I gather from your analysis right now, it's a lot of wait and see approach that we want to wait for the 10 p.m. news data to come out and see what happens then. So there are multi-directional approach where you can buy or sell on that support or resistance that you're looking at. Am I right to just conclude it like that?
Yeah, that's right. Look, I mean, you can get in a little earlier, but you've just got to understand, like on a Friday last week, I mean, I went long Aussie and Kiwi, which, in the signals group, and we had a member just mention, then you just have vulnerabilities to things coming out. Once the US opens, you can easily get faked out with the US dollar. So I just learned that, to be patient is probably best. And that's, why most of my Forex money's with Forex Briefcase, because, you guys just do it well. So I'm still learning, and, but you've just got to be patient. You've got to think in a professional mindset and not be impulsive and just jump in.
Okay, thanks for that, Scott. Right now, okay, but before I get Daniel in, hey Daniel, are you going to share any Euro Aussie, Euro Kiwi, or Daniel? Wait, I think Daniel is having some technical issue. I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So I was mentioning, Scott did a great job in looking at the markets, what's happening, Euro, USD, Euro, Pound, Euro, Yen. So he already mentioned there's going to be a lot of news coming in. And what particular chart I was interested in was the Euro Aussie. Okay, the Euro Aussie, I'm interested in this Euro Aussie. The reason is because at 12:30 you're gonna have the RBAA rate decisions coming in, and then later in the afternoon, lots of Euro PMI news coming in. That Scott has just talked about, and majority of wise coming in, especially at 4 o'clock, the final manufacturing PMI coming in. It's still going to be an expansionary phase. Expectation is going to be there. So that's why I was looking at Euro Aussie today. So now it's really very nice. Euro Aussie right now, it is at my resistance, quite close, unable to break above the resistance zone of 1.5796. Let's call it 1.58. Okay, as a round number key level. Okay, so Euro Aussie going up is unable to break. Now, with the Aussie news coming on 12:30, of course, I don't expect any change in the interest rate. As already mentioned yesterday, the question now is whether there will be any hawkish statements coming in, surprises. So I'm going to wait right now for the news. So if there is any hawkish statements, this pair will be a really very nice counter trend trade because it's unable to break the resistance coming in. I'll be looking for a possible breakdown below 1.5720. Okay, this level here, if it breaks below this level, I could be looking at a possible, for a possible like 40 pips stop loss, going for maybe first target about 80 to 90 pips take profit target. If it's going to be a hawkish statement, that means it's really out of the surprise because nobody is expecting any interest rates to be changed. They probably just that yesterday night I was talking to all the students there. We don't expect them to change the meeting because the policymakers already talk about, say, July meeting decisions for QE extension and not much change. So won't be surprised they also use the current lockdown in the Victoria states coming in to say I will continue to delay the any statements coming in. Now, but however, with so many good economic data, Australia seems to be recovering, quite similar to the New Zealand dollar. We won't be surprised if they're very hard to continue maintaining their aggressive bond buying program. They may be saying that they may be slowing down. It's not tapering, but slowing down. So if that's going to be the case, some hawkish statements coming in, we could look for a possible. I was looking for a possible sell trade down to maybe like a 1:2 risk reward ratio. Now, if it does, then but if it really nothing happens, no funny statement, no bearish, no hawkish statements, and it's moving across, then for the rest of the week, especially after today, if the PMI, Euro PMI continues to be strong, I could be looking for a possible breakout of my resistance zones here, breaking out above 1.5840 around there, and probably look for a quick trade coming in for about 90 pips stop loss. 90 pips take profit, and then we'll be going down here really very nice, almost about 30 to 40 pips of stop loss. Okay, so you have a very nice situation today and for the rest of the week coming in for both an upside and downside possible trade on the Euro Aussie. So I'm just looking for this pair, waiting patiently for all the news coming in and the price action before I take a trade. Yeah, so that's all my sharing for the Euro Aussie. Anyway.
Okay, thanks for that, Daniel. Just going to give you maybe another minute to share what you did yesterday night. I think you guys had the Traders Club mentoring yesterday. Yeah, take it away, Daniel.
Yes, we did. So yesterday we had the group coaching sessions done yesterday. We looked at what happened last week. We identified what going to happen this week. For all members alone, we don't have to wait to Monday to Friday morning. We actually look at preparation and preparation for the whole week. What news coming in? What possible moves it could happen? So we actually here at LCMS Traders Club, is really hosting a community for sharing strategies, ideas, analysts monitoring the market together, and looking through the market conditions, identify trades. Literally, we can make profits together. So what we looked at yesterday was all the news, and I mentioned this week it is all about Aussie and the US, which is Aussie week. Last week is a New Zealand week, I call it, and this week is the Aussie week. Why? Because it's RBA interest rate decisions coming in, and then on Friday the major news is the NFP, and we actually look at the various conditions here. We actually look at the market, prepare it, and then we come out with the Aussie New Zealand trade. We actually look at Aussie New Zealand as well. Very interesting. We seldom talk about the cross pairs, but we look at Aussie New Zealand because last week we have a very hawkish New Zealand news coming in, and if Aussie is not going to have any similar hawkish statements coming in from the rate statements, and maybe it's a little bit bearish, this is the perfect opportunity. I explain it, coach the students what to look out for Aussie New Zealand, where Aussie could be weakened and New Zealand strength. So we're looking at a possible downtrend coming in, at which point how to identify the trades at which level to be doing. And of course, a few other trades coming in, like the pound yen, where we saw a triangle pattern at the resistance zones. It could go either both ways for pound yen, and what's the reasons behind it. Why would it go up, pound strengthen, or why would yen, pound weaken and continue a downward trend? And last, of course, we saw the US yen trade, where another possible strategy coming in. So a lot of discussions yesterday and a lot of trade ideas coming in just for coaching sessions where students ask questions, we answer, and help to identify throughout everything. And so it's a little bit different from the Wednesday for live trading session. We look for the medium to long-term kind of trades. Yeah, so that's how we help the members here. So I really encourage everybody to join, if possible, the LCMS Traders Club. The link is already pasted up there. Do join us at LCMS Traders Club.
Yep. So if you guys require some coaching, do join the Traders Club for their Mondays and Wednesday live Zoom sessions. All right. So we have come to the end of the session today. We will see you guys tomorrow for the pound currency call. Thank you so much. Goodbye.